Welcome back, everyone. We are here for the second semifinal match of the Hearthlytics Open #2. This time, we're going to see DarkClaw up on the top, up against Revenge. Now, DarkClaw is on Team BrawL, whose teammate now Gaiden did make it through the IEM Katowice Open qualifier for NA. We're not sure how he's done yet, but it's really cool to see someone come from a team that's having such a great performance elsewhere. And I'm excited to get into these games. What I'm really hoping is that with seeing a hunter and a druid, we might see some slightly faster games here. Since decade They ended up taking a decade off my life. I'm now 32 and I have a wife and kids, and so I really matured a lot since last time. But it's still fun to bring you the second semifinal, so we can close out the night later on. If you guys have been with us from the start, you saw Dear Nadia up against Java So Cute in a really exciting best of 5 show match where Java So Cute ended up taking it in game 5. Then we did see Decade go up against Phone Tap, and Phone Tap was able to bring that to game 5. And here we might see our first 3-game sweep, or we might follow with the trend of the night and take it out to game 5. How do you feel about these decks we're seeing, Firebat?
The decks we're seeing. All right, so we got DarkClaw with the Warlock, Druid, Rogue, and then we have Revenge with Druid, Rogue, Hunter. And I'm going to have to give the edge to DarkClaw off the lineups there. I really think Warlock, especially if it's the Demon Lock deck, does pretty well against Druid and does pretty well against the Hunter. So I think that should just be a pretty solid carry. And then Druid and Rogue against Druid and Rogue is going to be some coin flipping madness. But
yeah, we're starting out with it right now. We're going to see which Druid can get the wild growth first. And as always, they're both equally skilled players.
Good. They're both professionals. Wild growth first every time.
I want to see one of them throw it back just because he knows he's going to get it in his starting hand. Just go for the risky play.
That good. He's just going to toss it. Wow, it's just like against Nadia and Java. So cute. They have the wrong minions. Like the one with the coin wants the
3-mana minion.
The 3-mana minion, and the one without the coin wants the 2-mana minion. It's kind of funny.
So he's gonna have to hold off and play that. Oh,
they innervate.
Innervate first, and then wild growth turn 2.
Oh my god, that's the dream. DarkClaw is just better than all of us.
Yeah, I mean, and if you do.
Oh, he didn't even do it.
Whoa. Okay. He's saving it.
I think Revenge should just pass it back, yeah. Another Innervate! Oh my god. He might not have any minions to play with these.
Interesting. I mean, maybe that's why he wanted to save it. He would rather play out a big minion than have a small one and nothing to follow it up with.
Sure. Chances are you hit a 4-drop or a 5-drop, though.
Yeah,
there's
that's
so
exactly
many 5-drops. Yeah.
And you have the Wrath to make up for anything.
Yeah, that Wrath is definitely going to need to be cycled. He just needs more things in his hand. These players are playing way faster.
Yeah.
Get the Shredder down. Dr. Boom. There we go. Innervate Dr. Boom.
Oh.
And do you also innervate Wrath? Nah, it seems mediocre.
Yeah. If you don't innervate Wrath, then you're going to lose your Dr. Boom to the swipe.
Yeah, if you innervate Wrath, then kill it, and you play around swipe.
Yeah, but he doesn't end up doing it.
Interesting tech card in Druid.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, not time to play it now, but it's great to follow up a swipe so you can take out whatever's left over. Really strong against Shade as well.
What do you mean? This play's sick. Just Bomb Lobber hit the Dr. Boom trade.
Easy.
Easy.
You're right. You are, once again, a much more optimistic man than I am. After all the time... See, I really liked watching Reynad, and that's why I think I've developed my cynicism, but you have been on a team with the Moz for a while, so that's why you definitely have this very optimistic personality.
It's definitely picking me up a bit.
Getting the Auto Barber is fine, and 3-2 is perfect situation, unless it gets bombed. Yep.
There it goes. We have the Bomb Lobber, though, which it's actually a ton of value. Oh, except you can't coin the hero power out.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the 50-50.
Oh, do you?
It's either that or double shade, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There could be an argument for Sky Golem, but
Sky Golem's nice because it can easily trade into either of those unless your enemy Wrath hero powers.
Yeah. See, if you Bomb Lobber and it hits the 50-50, the next turn you can use the Bomb Lobber body and the Keeper of the Grove to kill the Lothar both. and
Yeah.
develop a Shade, which is really strong. If you just play Sky Golem and he kills it with the Shade, or he keepers it and then kills it with the Shade,
But
you're in
if
a
you
really
bomb
bad
lob,
spot.
you hit the Lothab, he wraths it, then you're looking
Then you're
yeah,
dead.
pretty
Yeah.
ugly. Yeah.
Yeah. There's risks every direction.
Hmm. This at least kills one of them guaranteed.
Yeah.
Unless he goes for the Wrath Hero Power or the Wrath.
Personally, I think Sylvanas all to the face could be good here.
Okay.
Looks like he's going for the Wrath Hero Power though.
Does he innervate out of Hero Power?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But Sylvanas all to the face, I don't think it was bad either. He's like kind of forced to. I don't even know what he does. Like he has to silence Sylvanas in the next turn, then it clunks up his next turn a lot. But
Yeah,
this works
because
a lot
Sylvanas
too.
steals the 4-drop that the Paladin Sky Golem throws down.
I didn't think he didn't have a bad play in his hand at that point.
Yeah,
That's
looking pretty good for DarkClaw. The only issue is he doesn't have too many cards to follow up. So if Revenge can stabilize here, I think there's still a chance.
Oh, you're more optimistic than me now.
Aha!
The tables have turned. Yeah. That double innervate start with a Doctor Boom, man. That is tough to beat.
True. Very true. They both got wild growths and got on their ramp very quickly, but of course no innervates there for Revenge, and no big drops either.
Yeah. This has been awkward from the get-go. He's had like just shades in his hand and stuff that he couldn't really get out.
This is awkward too. You just spent 6 mana to kill a Shade and I don't know, put 2 damage on the Lothab, so you can hope to finally bomb Lobber in the future.
Ugh. Yeah, this is pretty cringe.
Using Force of Nature for anything other than killing your opponent feels bad, but in this case especially, it feels entirely awful.
That's definitely true. Yep, that is.
Yeah,
that is
Sylvanas Hero Power. Oh, no, I didn't even see his health. It's like
he's
feels
dead.
so early in the game. I wasn't even paying attention to Revenge's health.
I mean, it's early in the game for one player because he had to play fair cards, like not innervate. But the other guy.
yeah, 14 damage coming there from DarkClaw with the Force of Nature and Hero Power and the board. So that is it. DarkClaw takes game number 1 very quickly, and that's DarkClaw off of his Druid and onto either the Rogue or the Warlock.
The Rogue or the Warlock. So what do you think you'd pick going in?
I feel like Warlock is going to be a little bit less predictable because there are so many different archetypes. It's so much harder to go up against. If you know your opponent has potentially a Rogue, then I feel like Rogue just has more definite counters.
Huh. I guess
I don't know really. It also just really depends on what kind of Warlock he has, but he does have the benefit of playing any of the kind of 3 Warlock decks we see.
Yeah, I think I personally would choose Rogue first. I think Rogue has a decent matchup against Druid. It's extremely favored against Druid. I think it has a decent matchup against Hunter, and I think it's a mirror in the mirror match. So,
up against the Druid, you have the Saps, you have the huge Blade Flurries to clear the board. There's definitely a lot of tools there. And if it's the Oil Rogue, which the 100%, or I guess 98% is, then it has a really good matchup against the Hunter because it can very likely control the Hunter enough and kill it fairly early.
Yeah, and just getting up 2-0 on your opponent is just like so soul crushing. So you just want to take the favorable matchups, I think, and try and get any deck that you can that has the highest % chance to win against the total lineup, and then bring in your last one while they're already like down on the ground, and hopefully you just kick them a little bit while they're down and get there.
Yeah, well, we'll see how we can do with this Rogue. It is going to be Revenge sticking on the Druid, and I mean, if we see potential big plays with Tinker, Sharp Sword Oil, and Blade Flurry, then Revenge could lose his board immediately.
Yeah. Revenge with the Innervate, that is exactly what you're looking for. I don't know the rest of his cards, but Innervate is a good one.
Yeah, really hoping for a Shade and Extramus. Hoping for neither of those.
DarkClaw kept a Drake, got the other Drake off the mulligan. That's kind of rough, but he has the Prep to go with the Drake. Prep's really strong with spell power. Gets the Eviscerate, stealing 5 damage, which can just toast most things.
There's a Shade.
Yeah.
So really,
unfortunately, hard late.
Yeah, really unfortunate. draw there. He's going to be able to play it to turn 3 at least, unless he decides he wants to innervate out the Azure Drake. But I think with his hand looking the way it is, since he has really no turn 4 or 5 play, he's going to just go with the Shade.
Yeah, I agree. No reason to play Azure Drake here. Unless, I don't know. It does set up Spell Power Swipe, which can kill Coin Violet Teacher. So that's some consideration. Violet Teacher being a common card in Oil Rogue.
That's true. That's true. Definitely has potential risk to it. Whereas Shade, I feel like Shade is just so much more consistent.
Yeah, I'd personally go Shade too.
Nope.
I mean, if he coins Violet Teacher, you got him.
But yeah, but at this point, he sees the Drake, so he's not going to coin a Violet Teacher.
He might.
It's so preemptive that your player can, and he has the Sharp Sword Oil, so he's going to be able to maybe
coin Sharp Sword.
Yeah, he could coin it to take it out.
I mean, it's unfortunately, as far as rogue hands go, this is not the most beautiful hand. No backstab SI for this. No deadly coin SI. No eviscerate. No deadly eviscerate.
Once he gets to turn 4 and 5 and is able to play out those Drakes, it's going to be real nice. But yeah, this is a really awkward turn 3.
Yeah, he has to lose the prep here, and he's losing some of the value on the Tinker's Oil. And he's trading with Tinker's Oil, which always feels really gross, because you always want to just hit him in the face with it and then flurry later. So...
And Piloted Shredder, perfect 4-drop. Of course, it's still going to die to the weapon, but it's going to stick on the board, and...
Yeah,
there's really nothing else
at first, which is really good. There's a SI that he needed a little bit earlier. A little late to the party.
Oh, this Azure Drake backstab is real nice.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I think you should probably kill it. Not really sure. I think nah.
If you don't kill it, you lose your Drake to Keeper and Defias.
I mean, do you even care if he Keeper Defias?
I suppose not, but I mean, I don't know. Keeping spell power on the board it's got to be nice. Instead, he's just
you have the follow up to the swipe clearing it by playing another Drake, so I guess it's fine. If you didn't have another Drake there, I think just holding the dagger for the flurry would have probably been a little bit better. But with the Drake as a follow up, I support his decision. Yeah,
having those 2 Drakes on turn 4 and 5 is really, really nice for DarkClaw. It just helps keep his hand a little bit chunkier and get something on the board. And now that he's building up, the Blade Flurry, it's Tinker Sharp Sword Oil, and the Deadly Poison, that's going to spell serious trouble for whatever Revenge can play in these next few turns.
This is going to sound like a joke. Do you think we double Savage Roar down this Drake? It might be right. He might run out of minions after this. It could be the play.
The 6 mana bite that doesn't even give you armor.
We can see by his hand that after that he's gonna run out of minions. So, I don't know, man.
The worst bite I would ever have seen.
This spell power is gonna abuse him. He's got the Fan of Knives SI to clear the Keeper of the Grove, then just continue wrecking face.
Yeah, his board's gonna look pretty good. At least the second Keeper could take care of this Azure Drake. I don't think you go for the Ancient of Lore just because of the potential of an Eviscerate.
Yeah, for sure. It's got to be just Keeper Shade. We've seen the Fan of Knives used, which is good, so hopefully the Shade can stick.
Yeah, and since you're getting rid of the spell power and you've seen the other Azure Drake, you know that a Fan of Knives wouldn't even clear it.
Yeah.
At least the Shade, the Keeper of the Grove, would still be sad.
Unfortunately, he's probably going to be some sort of Dagger Deadly Prep Oil, hit him in the face, kill everything sort of play, and set up for lethal.
That's fair.
So the Shade's probably not going to live, but he's going to see the field for a little bit.
Yeah. He's gonna try and get accustomed, introduce himself.
Venture out of the hand for a little while just to die in a flurry tornado of oil and deadly poison.
Yep. Well, first we're going to see this Violet Teacher, and Straight's pretty good there. So he's not quite going for the combo yet, just because he can get the incredible value out of this Violet Teacher.
Sure. Still would have been 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage with 4 damage in hand, and you leave the guy on the field. So it's not quite enough to set up lethal if he went all in on it.
But he still got it in the end.
Yeah, now he still has all that damage in the hand now.
Yeah, dagger, deadly, prep, tinkers, blade flurry, backstab if you need to get through any sort of unimaginably large taunt.
Yeah.
And the 1/1s, I mean, this is going to be like his Onyxia Violet teacher. I suppose you go for, what, like a swipe hero power, or... He's got to get his revenge. Come on.
He's got to get his... you can roar hero power and then clear the 3/3 and the 3/5.
Violet.
Yeah,
he has 5 mana left. Or no, I guess he has 3 mana.
Could swipe roar. Could swipe hero power trade.
Swipe hero power, keep the shade?
Pass. Yeah. I mean, he's got lethal with combo.
Yeah.
Exact lethal with combo. So he's hoping for that combo off the top, obviously.
20 damage.
And how much damage does the rogue have? He's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage? Is that right? I think it's 18 damage.
I'm going to trust you here.
Well, because the oil is 9, right? So oil's 9, dagger is 2, so that's 11. Deadly poison is 4, so that's 15. SI 7 is 3, so it's 18. Yeah.
Okay, he just ends up going for the deadly blade flurry so that he can get rid of that
He's
shade.
really passive with this oil. I don't know. When I play oil rogue, sometimes I just like oiling my minions and getting them huge. So if your opponent doesn't kill them, they just lose the game.
Yeah, and if I was going for a slower play there, I might have thought about prep sprint. But I mean, of course, there was the risk of dying to the combo, which I'm sure he thought about.
Sure.
Now that your blade flurry is gone,
just...
this scenario is really, really nice.
Yeah, like, feels like such a waste. And he didn't even, like, get the SI7 agent oiled, so the SI7 agent isn't, like, a huge threat. Whereas if the SI7 agent was oiled right now, and he goes for this play of the Cenarius, and he just dies, like, because he just backstabbed one of the Treants, and then Dagger Deadly Poison killed the other Treant after the sprint here. And then the SI connects again for another 6.
From what we would have seen, that would have, like when the game, maybe a heal with the Ancient of Lore would have prevented it, but I think DarkClaw probably played that turn a little wrong.
How much damage is Double Roar? Is he trading? Oh, he's trading. Alright. So Double Roar's only 8 on this board. He's going to be able to kill the Violet Teacher and heal. It has to be a heal at this point, right?
I think so. Right. You heal and play Shade.
Yeah, because then you have like the Double Roar to finish off. You've seen both flurries already. But leaving opponent's kind of sketchy, because the oil can hit on it. But I think you should assume at this point they probably have the Pirate.
Yeah, the oil's going to hit anyway. It's going to make him a 5/1.
Yeah, so I would heal, play the Shade, kill Violet Teacher.
Healing is just so safe that, I mean, I think you could still lose to maybe an Eviscerate on top of all of that.
Well, you know the most damage he can... He has 1 Eviscerate and 1 oil left, and the Pirate and a Deadly Poison left, and that's all of his damage. So the most damage he can do is 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage is the most damage you can do. Oh, shit.
Okay.
He said 18.
Well,
he doesn't have it, but I mean, if he did...
And now, he's going to have to sap here. Because, yeah, he has to sap here or else he dies.
Yeah, I just think he wasn't aggressive enough with that oil, you know? Just the effect of the 3 attack sticking on the minion persisting just forces your opponent to play a way that they have to deal with. Yeah, he died.
Anyway. He would have lost the double for hero power anyway. That's 23 damage exactly. Oh, he's going to launch the rocket first.
He's missing twice. Oh my god, rocket launching. Oh my god, he missed again.
This is our producer actually controlling the rocket launcher, so make sure that you get time about that. As we see Revenge.
It.
He takes his sweet revenge, and that is 1 and 1.
Yeah, that is definitely a favorable matchup for Rogue. So an upset there
Yeah.
happens in Hearthstone all the time. And that's why some people that say Hearthstone is not a skill game, and they see these games and they don't even understand those little intricacies that resulted in, like, if he played a certain way, his opponent wouldn't be able to play Cenarius, and if he's not able to play Cenarius, then this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and then he loses there. So
Yeah.
very
Yeah, and like
interesting game.
when you have a player such as yourself seeing that, like you can definitely see the differences that you would have made and how ultimately, I mean, we saw that would have won him the game there if he would have just gone for the oil play and gone straight for face.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't. That is going to be potentially another showing of the rogue deck coming up as we see Revenge bringing out either the rogue or the hunter, and then DarkClaw falling back to the warlock or the rogue.
1-1. Another full count series, I'm sure.
I had plans to go and get dinner with my girlfriend after this, and so we're going to I think have to In-N-Out still open. In-N-Out still open.
Don't they close at 11?
Not here. They're open until like 1:30 on weekends.
Oh my gosh. In Texas, they
Maybe
close
2.
at 11.
Ouch. I've never lived in Texas.
Yeah, they're already closed right now. I'm gonna have to go to like IHOP. Like it's gonna have to go get breakfast.
You get to go to IHOP, all right.
Face Hunter against Rogue. Yeah, Face Hunter is favored.
Yep, especially with having fans and preps early. Do you keep both fans or do you? I feel like you at least keep one so you can deal with the little one health.
You don't.
For the creeper.
They have no idea that it's Face Hunter yet. It could be mid-range Hunter. So I think you keep one fan, and you also keep the prep. I really like keeping prep with fan, but you really need some substance to it. Look for like Earthen Ring Farseer, SI7 Agent, maybe even Edwin Van Cleave since you have the prep there. Would be really solid.
Yeah, we didn't see the Edwin Van Cleave last game, but yeah, plenty of these decks have been running it because it's so easy to combo out for a 8/8 or a 10/10. It's really easy to get it big game hunted. Well, he's gonna wait to make his decision. This is like just one of the things you're talking about, how skilled the game is, just deciding what to mulligan in a situation like this. Maybe rough, but he's gonna do what you said, throw out one of the fans, and he gets, fortunately, one of the bigger bodies he could.
I like playing the Pirate turn 1 against Hunter, just to have something to contest, maybe Coin Knife Juggler. Since he doesn't have an answer to Coin Knife Juggler in his hands, that can be one of the ways the Rogue just loses in the very early game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do lose one of your opportunities for oil in the future, but really you win by controlling your opponent's board, and you're going to deal the damage anyway since your opponent can't take out everything you have.
Yeah, and this definitely isn't a bursty matchup. It's a control-y one. And his opponent's gonna know he has fan because he's hesitating with this dagger hit so long. So his opponent probably knows right now that he has a fan of knives in his hand.
Mm-hmm. He's actually not gonna find a chance to use it just because.
That's a card.
Yeah, Revenge's hand is so.
That's like one of the best top decks.
That's true. That's true. Being able to get that 3-man out, something like
a counter top deck to his top deck.
Haha. So do you go Salsi deckhand into Eviscerate here?
Of course.
All right.
This is not even a question.
There it is. Aha. Boom. And then you attack with your weapon first, and then oops.
No.
After.
Yeah.
That's happened to me in so many games. People like try to, they net deck these oil rogues and they totally don't know how Salsi deckhand works. And you just see so many weapons first. Well, I mean, that's a really great play from DarkClaw, the counter top deck to the Misha. So Misha had absolutely no bearing in the board. And Earthen Ring Farseer, just for the body, 3 health. Looks good.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to give the edge to the Rogue here. Typically, Face Hunter is extremely favored against Rogue, but the way this has panned out, Rogue just had the answer for the Coin Animal Companion. Yeah, that was about the game.
Yeah, and this is a Rogue with an anti-heal bot.
Anti-heal bot, and he's got an Earthen Ring healing himself, so...
Yeah, that's huge, getting that extra 8 health on top of all the control you're going to have here. You can send your Earthen Ring in and Fan of Knives. Do you think he preps Fan of Knives here?
Yeah, I think he preps Fan of Knives. And he puts the damage on the 2/1 to play around Explosive Trap.
Okay, yeah, very smart play there. This is just such the worst Face Hunter draw I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really, really bad face under
Well,
draw.
there's a minion.
Yeah, it's too late, man. He's facing down 7 damage from that, and then he's got 10 damage from deadly poisons and 4 damage from the eviscerates. So, yeah, if he dagger double deadly eviscerates him in the face, hits him with all the minions, he sets up lethal, right?
It's
Yep.
10 damage from the hand and 7 on the board.
Yeah, it's 15 damage from the hand because the daggers swing twice, and then 7 on the board. So, yeah.
Daggers swing twice if you have a Blade Flurry, or...
I mean, like, it sets it up for next turn.
Yeah, next turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get out with 17 damage this turn, and then you have the 5 attack
5
weapon.
remaining. Yeah.
So yeah, that's perfect. And I mean, if he owls the Azure Drake, that's actually going to stop it by
stops the lethal. He's preventing lethal. Got him.
That's what you want to do as Space Hunter. You want to keep yourself from getting lethal in the next
by
2 turns.
silencing spell power.
It's a really good deck to play control style. He could also just throw out the owl and kill command the Drake.
The Hunter's Mark and trade.
Hit,
That
so
is,
he loses the bow.
it loses the rogue loses the 1 damage to set up lethal for next turn.
And the 4 damage from...
and then he gains it back with the Thanos.
Yeah,
well, the 4 damage is still connected, right? Because it hit him.
Oh, it's yes. Sometimes things are.
Yeah, so he should hold on to the Thalnos here because it sets up lethal for him with the Thalnos Abyss.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Like if his opponent stops lethal, his opponent dies, but it might make the game take another turn. So there's that.
He saw Decade play and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna let this end soon.
We're gonna take an extra turn. Just really crush him.
Interesting.
He's supposed to win this matchup.
Didn't hold on to that, but I made this one. He can't be too worried at all.
Yeah, it's not like he can lose, right?
Yeah. And before comeback.
I mean, he can still set his opponent to 1 out of hand, and heal 8 health. So he can set himself to full health and set his opponent to 1. I mean, that's a pretty good position.
You're making the Face Hunter go for like the insane trades just to try and stay alive. Like you have to kill this 1/1.
And the Earthen Ring too.
To not die. Oh.
He has to kill command the Earthen Ring and trade into the 1/1.
Yeah. Yep.
And at that point, he's basically dead anyway. Yeah, maybe that's his strategy. Just demoralize him. Because I'm just looking at it and I hurt, honestly.
Yeah, if you win
player.
easy, then your opponent might have the, strength to carry on through the next turn. But if you just drag it out, then that next game, they could really be hurting.
Yeah, that hurt. Just watching that play. Just, oh.
No lethal.
Yeah. He's
just probably anti-Killbot.
Yeah. Anti-Killbot and redagger.
30
health. And then he's going to have lethal next turn with the dagger. And eviscerate. Unless
a lot of damage coming in from the Hunter, which would be great if, the Rogue was at 15 health.
Maybe this is misdirection?
Oh.
No misdirection to stop lethal.
No dice. And he would have to misdirect into his own minion, or of course have his minion cleared. But at this point, it's not gonna have it happen.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game.
Yeah. I mean, really nice from DarkClaw. He got the fan early. He got the prep and the Earthen Ring Fire Sphere. It was looking nice. And Revenge just didn't draw anything.
Yeah, Revenge's draw was so bad. Like, wow. Face Hunter's all about getting that early pressure and the early minions hitting him in the face, and he's just sitting there with Hunter's Mark and Kill Commands. Like, what are you gonna do? And then drew into Leroy. It wasn't pretty for him, but that's what happens sometimes. And your bad match, or you can lose your good matchups. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, there it is. That was, in the end, a really good matchup from DarkClaw, and he was able to play it out exactly how we anticipated. And that's DarkClaw winning with the Rogue, meaning that he now has to win a game on his Warlock, and Revenge still has his Hunter and his rogue.
Yeah, I think Revenge is gonna have to go with the Rogue into the Warlock. I think Rogue's a lot better as long as it's not Handlock, and if it's Handlock, then Hunter is a lot better. But
Yeah, yeah. We haven't seen what it is yet. We knew
it's
that.
like I always expect my opponents are Demon Lock, and I'm surprised if there's something else. But like occasionally they are, but it's very rare that someone plays Warlock and they're not just playing Demon Lock. So
Yeah,
I think
I mean
Rogue has a lot better chance on Demon Lock.
that's really fair to just kind of assume it's a Demon Lock at this point, just going based off of the stats. It could always be a Zoo that he's bringing out, and in that case, it would, I think, get demolished by the Rogue,
Yeah, that's true too.
since you have those Blade Flurries just
Ooh,
destroying
it's
everything.
Handlock.
There it is.
Wow, there's been a lot of Handlock today. I
Yeah.
really, 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 really like Handlock in this format, by the way. The Conquest format. I played it against Tice and was able to win that series against Tice on the back of the Handlock. And Life Coach played it. He's the first one that started playing it in this format and played it and won the King Win for Charity tournament. So Handlock's been making a comeback lately. Wouldn't be surprised if I start seeing it on the ladder soon.
Yeah, it's really nice that you not only play for the meta, but you play for the format. Because if you take a deck that doesn't have favorable matchups against everything, but has some that are just almost impossible to win, like some decks just can't win against Handlock because,
Yeah.
like, if you're playing a priest, you're going to bring him down. You're not going to be able to burst him, and he's going to be able to take the board from you.
Yeah, the reason why Handlock's been becoming so good is because a lot of people have been like, everyone's going to play Hunter, everyone's going to play Mech Mage. Let's just bring all these anti-aggro decks that really beat up on those decks, and we'll just win through the format like that way. And then people come in with Handlock, and it really punishes those anti-aggro decks.
Yeah, in Conquest, you don't bring a deck that beats everything. You bring a deck that nothing can beat.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what Handlock has taken the place of. Same with what we see in kind of from Fatigue Mage, that even if it doesn't have a lot of great matchups, the ones that it does, it can just shut down a win.
All right, what are we seeing here? Personally,
I would just go for the 3/3.
Yeah, I just play the SI7. Playing nothing, I don't think I would have ever done.
Oh, Redagger.
Interesting. Redagger. It's just really nice to have something on the field to contest. Make your opponent have to do something so their cards are slower. Oh, the Shredder's a really solid pickup.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
If the SI7 was on the field too, you'd have enough, like, just actual damage on board to take down this giant with just running his 2 minions in and be able to develop the Drake even. I think it still develop the Drake and backstab.
Backstab. Or you could down this backstab eviscerate if you wanted to keep the Shredder, but I don't think there's really a reason to keep the Shredder on, especially since it's vulnerable to Hellfire.
It does come back as a 2-drop though. It's not that vulnerable.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it's a weird card. It's a super weird card. Very overstated for its cost, but.
Yeah. So you can either have a 2-drop and a 1/1 in play, or you can have, or no, you can either have a Shredder and a 1/1, or you can have a 2-drop and a 5-drop in play. Those are your options.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could
5-drop
backstab SI. You could backstab SI and have a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Looks like backstab SI is what he's thinking. I just puts down the backstab.
Some of that spell damage for later on.
Yeah, there's a lot of options this turn.
Yeah. Well, so the issue with Drake backstab is then you've got to throw your face into the mix, and I mean, but you're not really afraid of the Warlock killing you, but 8 face damage is still quite a lot.
Oh, I don't know. Warlock doesn't run any burst anymore. I just take it to the face every time.
It's fair.
It plays into Hellfire way more than the Drake backstab play, which is the one problem I see with it. If you do the Drake backstab play, at least they're forced to have Hellfire Mortal Coil, which we see that he does have, which is... So I guess it's maybe fortunate that he went with this play.
Well, the issue with Hellfire Mortal Coil is you're using that to kill... Potentially... No, I guess you still have the 2-drop. Yeah, you're right. You're right, that would have been pretty substantial. And now this Azure Drake is a lot safer.
It's still got Dark Bomb Mortal Coil to finish it off. Warlock's got answers.
That's true. That's true. He's.
If he doesn't kill it though, and he tries to develop just a big minion instead, we could potentially see a deadly Tinker Oil just going in there with all the damage. He's got a sap to follow it up, and he's got 2 eviscerates, so just a stacked hand for damage. But we are gonna see
Yeah,
it go
there's
down.
no way DarkClaw can leave it, especially if you. It's kind of the Paladin rule in Arena. Like, if you can remove all their minions, you have to, just because the damage from the Tinkers is so big.
Yeah,
the fear of a buff is just so strong.
Oh, top decking and reckon. That Drake was much needed.
Oh, man. And now there's finally not an easy response.
That is a lot of damage.
Oh.
So he's got 10, 20 damage, 24 damage if he double deadly hits him in the face and the Drake sticks.
So is he just double deadlying? Okay, pass, and then next turn he hopes to go for the Tinkers.
No, he's setting up. Yeah, he's setting up lethal, forcing his opponent to act. I really like forcing my opponent to have to play a certain way, and then you know exactly what they're gonna do, and you can plan accordingly for it, and you can just make sure that they're not able to drop huge threats at you. So like he cannot Dr. Boom this turn because he'll die. So I really like Revenge's line of just forcing his opponent to have to react to him.
Yeah, it appears to be working very, very well. I mean, right now, just like Thalnos double eviscerate, like Sap double eviscerate deals with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't throw down a Sludge Belcher here.
Yeah, you have to kill this Drake now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, if you throw down the Sludge Belcher and you silence the Drake,
it's still you got 9 damage looking at you on the board. So he saps and he can get in there for 9, and then he's
still
got
get 10 from your hand.
Sap, and then he 10 more from the hand. Yeah, he just set up lethal very nicely. Yeah, definitely worth double deadly and hitting in the face there.
He's going for the 50-50 rag.
Yeah, he counted. He knows he's probably gonna do it. Wow. Oh, he hits it! Oh man, sad day. Wait, is that lethal now?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage. So we are 1 damage off lethal. What a nail biter, man. The rag flip to make him 1 damage off lethal. And then still anything can happen because, I mean, his handlock, he can just play Molten Giant's heal and wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I guess in the end, if you look at it, it's kind of I wouldn't even say, it was just obviously the best play for Revenge, but it might not win in the game right away. I mean, DarkClaw has a chance. It's close. That rag was just so lucky. Skilled. It was skilled. There we go.
Skilled. Yeah. All right. So what if you like hit him in the face? Dagger, then 2. Wow, I don't even.
Honestly, not that many options. Maybe South Sea Tinkers.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is why you're the judge. Is he gonna just broke? Oh, he goes for none of the above.
He doesn't even swing and redagger. He's afraid of the Moltens, right? He's just setting up a big flurry, I guess. He's just trying to draw to find the flurry. He's using his life total as a resource. He realizes that Handlock's not going to do too much damage to him. So he can sit back, take a few rag shots, and still probably be fine. And he just needs to wait to draw and do his flurry and not panic and use his resources too quickly or trip Molten Giants before it's time.
Yeah. He knows that the 2 damage that you're going to get from the spell power isn't nearly worth the potential draw if you're going to get something like Blade Flurry, which could win you the game.
Yeah, definitely. If he gets Blade Flurry, he's going to be able to Pirate and then Tinker Oil and then just Flurry and kill his opponent.
And Eviscerate as well on top of that.
Yeah.
For the 9 damage.
So yeah, I really like being patient with it here. Just because he's at 27 health and he knows Handlock doesn't run any burst. Very well done.
And the Keelbot and the taunt.
That's like a really tough play to make under the situation. Like there's a Ragnaros staring you down and you got to be super patient.
But now it's...
Oh, there's the flurry.
There it is.
And it's off the Thalnos draw.
You don't win it anymore. Because there's so much healing out of that heal bot.
So he's going to flurry for 8. And then the South Sea is going to get in there.
You have to re-dagger if you want the South Sea to attack this turn.
Yeah. He's got 2 mana left.
Just enough.
Yeah, Moltons will cost 3 though.
Do you attack then?
You don't have another flurry lined up. You only have 4, 8. You can put him down to 12. So
Thinking
you're
about
still,
not attacking.
yeah, you're still 4 damage off lethal if you attack. We've seen how many coils? 1 coil?
Yes, yeah, we saw one to take care of the Azure Drake.
It looks like he's just thought about it and he decides not to attack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Well, he's sitting on, if he Assassin's Blade, double Eviscerate, that is 13 damage. But we see 2 Sludge Belchers. He doesn't have a great way to get through those. Except with the, well, yeah, he has the sap, but I mean, if we see 1 Sludge Belcher come in, and I would think maybe an Owl on the...
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't Owl the dude, if he just Sludge Belchers...
He still only has 16, but...
The sap. So he attacks him with the 5. Well, if his dude survives... Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So many possibilities.
If he drew a prep, which he hasn't used.
Yeah, then it'll be
enough.
1 off lethal. If his opponent taps and plays Belcher, then a prep will be enough to kill him.
At this point, I feel like you can't tap. If you've already played your anti-kill bot, if you already used your taunts.
Yeah. Still, you need to tap eventually just to be able to activate Molten Giants if they're going to play around the burst. I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Owl or tap Owl and Belcher.
We'll see.
The Dr. Boom play.
The above.
Is he going to taunt it? Or is he going to Owl?
Yeah, I think taunts is just generally safe.
Definitely much safer.
Fan's pretty good though.
Yeah, he's able to run in the Pirate first and then Fan.
Yeah, he's going to be able to run his face in as well to get rid of Dr. Boom. He loses his board presence and he's not staring down lethal as easily, but I mean, it's a really good response to what was played at least. If we're looking at this game as more of an even game now, then it's a great play from Revenge.
Ouch, 5 damage from that. Damage is catching up with him a little bit. But it looks like he's going to be able to just dagger in here and then you get the Assassin's Blade ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, strap that on and just get ready to go at him.
Yep, he's gone ahead and strapped it on. And with that, I mean, but now look at all the taunts that he's facing down.
He's going to need a second flurry. Oh, yeah. He's only going to play 1 taunt this turn. He's not going to play both. Which is smart. It plays around flurry a bit. If he assumes that he can't die behind a sap. And, oh, that is lethal, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is
counting
it?
Is...
He's got 3. That's only 1 mana. He can play his entire hand. 1 damage off?
It's 16 damage, yeah. He's got 6 from the weapon and 10... Or no, wait, 8 from the Eviscerate.
6 and 8, yeah.
So that's 14, yeah. He's 3 off.
3 off. And he can't really go all in because he's afraid of your axis.
Yeah.
Well...
Do you just...
It's just the story of this game, man. Just a few damage short every turn. Oh. Man.
Did you guys know that as time goes on, as T increases, the ability to do math gets substantially more difficult? I wasn't sure if you viewers at home knew that the formula, but yeah. It definitely gets to the point where you're just, you know, I don't know if he's gonna kill him, because he might try. Hope he's successful.
It's definitely true.
But we're gonna see. You know, it's actually looking a lot more rough for the rogue here. He could just get a Blade Flurry and flip the table, or he could never draw it, and the Warlock could just outlast him.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the Sap Oil and getting in there and just hoping for the Blade Flurry draw.
Well, all right then. I mean, it's definitely... You have to make a play to win at some point. And so, that's what he's making.
Yeah. He could have went even more all in. He just fired both of the Eviscerates off, and then he'd have Prep Sprint into Flurry, potentially.
Yeah, if you're going all in like this...
This way, even if he has Jiraxis, you could still be fine. Because you can set him to 1 after he Jiraxis and clear his whole board.
Alright.
So you play around him having Jiraxis this way if you happen to top tick the Flurry. The other way gives you more outs to win the game if he doesn't have Jiraxis.
Mm-hmm.
So both
we don't see Jiraxis, but we do see a couple taunts. Blade Flurry could flip the table here, but... I mean, yeah, Blade Flurry would.
He might
be
tap.
everything he needs.
Even if he taps, so it's not lethal.
All he
unless
needs
there's
is
some
that
spell.
one card. That's not it.
And
Oh,
the dream has come to an end. Eh.
Good game. Revenge.
I thought
Unfortunately.
the Rogue played very well. This is a very like unfavored matchup for Rogue and Lock against it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Just getting through
Yeah.
so many taunts.
If the rag flip went in his favor, he won on the spot. So
Definitely.
it's really
Definitely.
tough.
A risky play from DarkClaw. There are a couple other things that, might have looked safer, even though we knew they weren't.
Yeah,
but
there's
he
also
just went for
good
the
read
rag.
from him. Like, if he taunts up there, he dies, and then he goes for the rag flip, wins the rag flip. So any other play he did there, he dies, and then he makes the read that he's probably gonna die or not win the game if he goes with those plays, and then goes for the rag flip, wins the rag flip, and is able to win the game from that point. So